Cydney Poitier, welcome to Cypher Sundayz here at Dynasty Studios. I know you've been in the game for a hot minute, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead and let us know how long you've been doing this.
Oh man, let me see, about 25, 30 years, man. We've been doing it for a minute. I think me and Drew and Mike Nice and Ray Swift was kind of like the first people in Orlando to really make records. That's probably a fact. I remember we've been doing this a very long time.
Yeah.
We didn't really do too much in Orlando. We was just everywhere else.
Yeah.
But we lived here, and it's been a long time.
So what brought you, when you were doing this and the scene has changed significantly since then, but for the most part, Orlando is and always will be a transient city.
Absolutely.
What brought you out of Orlando to make those moves and say like, hey, I gotta do that and then bring it back here? Like what drove you to do that?
Well, you know as well as I do that Orlando then is not Orlando today.
Yeah.
Orlando today is much more of a hip hop city.
Yeah.
Me and you had to really go for hours. We had to really put the work in. These guys really have it, what Thurston has brought here and what the rest of the culture has brought here is really
we had to go out and get it.
We had to go out and get it. I've always wanted Orlando to have a leveling playing field.
That's dope.
And that's what Thurston have done. They've sort of leveled the playing field and not just doing it for one particular person, but doing it for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me here, and I'm just very happy to see that with this city.
That's dope. So you're speaking of Thurston. For the people that don't know, that's Thurston Howell III. The whole entire Low Live movement is legendary. It's here in Orlando, in Central Florida now. It's all over the place, and even Thurston lives here centrally, and you're down with Low Live. So it kind of explained to us just briefly what that movement has done for you.
Well, for one, like I said, it's leveled the playing field, and it's also, it has me in company with, we can survive here, we can have been here, and still, from young coming up, we're knowing now that we were probably hanging around the wrong people. We know that now.
Yeah.
We know now that we were probably hanging around the wrong people. We've been hanging around the wrong people for a long time. So I feel like what it's done for me is, for the first time in a long time, I'm connected with the right people.
Yes, put you in good company. Yeah.
Puts me in good company with like-minded people.
Yeah.
And that's what it's done for me. And so I'm able to maneuver better and with more support.
Yeah.
Because we're all like-mind thinkers.
Yeah, man. That's what I admire about you guys, man. This is really dope. This is the individuals that I get to speak to, and everybody's super intelligent. Everybody's a hustler. Everybody's
you just got
standing on their square. Like I love that about you guys. So I got nothing but respect.
Man, look at you. You stand listen. We're not gonna sit here and act like you haven't put this work in for a long time, man.
Yeah, man.
And when we had to go get it, bro, I'm talking about we really had to go get it.
Yeah, you know what it's like.
We would die. We would die for it to be in our backyard.
Yeah.
For a long time, it was never in our backyard. Now it's in the backyard. Now we're gonna wild out. We're gonna celebrate that it's in the backyard. We're gonna keep it moving. As much as people are proud of me, I'm proud of Flockman. I'm proud of you as much as that, because you guys like us, we was here from the beginning.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy.
Yeah, for real.
They never made it easy. We here today.
So tell us, moving forward and moving on and getting together and grouping up, like what do you have now? What's in the works for you? What is in your future currently?
Well, right now I feel like I probably got. I'm most likely guilty of probably having two years back to back of two of the best singles in the underground. Surely my fan base has grown tremendously, and all the DJs all over the world, they play my music right now. You don't have to believe me. You can, guys know. You can pay attention and really see what's going on. Again, I feel like I'm doing the best music of my life because, again, I'm surrounded with the right people.
Yeah.
The reflection is coming out of my music. So I got a brand new project. It's getting ready to drop. It's going to be late summer. A Raisin in the Sun. A Raisin in the Sun is it's my story. It's a Cydney Poitier movie, but it's also a poem. Now, I'm not going to get into that right now, but it's deep. It is my story, coming from up north and moving to the Altamont Castleberry area, and me being the only black person in classrooms, and me coming from Detroit, coming from an all-black city, to coming to Altamont and Castleberry, where my parents bought property, and which is the story of A Raisin in the Sun. It takes place in the 1950s, where people of color had to settle into places that they were uncomfortable. So Raisin in the Sun is my story. I'm not just a dude sitting up here using Cydney Poitier's name. No, they relate.
Yeah. And
they coincide. We was in a pandemic, locked down for 2 years, and that's how we created Cydney Poitier. That's how we moved from Unique to Cydney Poitier. We were locked up. We knew we had to reinvent me, and in them 2 years,
that's dope.
That's how we created Cydney Poitier.
That's what I was wondering.
During the pandemic,
That's dope.
And then we let the world know. And we're not microwaving nothing.
Yeah.
We're cooking this food over here.
Yeah.
And I just thank y'all. Flacco, you doing big things. My brothers, listen, you a legendary nigga out here in this city. I respect it.
Word.
I've always respected. I respect what these guys do. And hey, man, I appreciate y'all.
Salute.
I just want to tell you a little bit of my story.
Yes, sir.